So we'll be doing Sengkang biology prelims 2020. Okay, so the first question is that amino acids used to supply to cells and enzymes. So the route that amino acid will take. Okay, so first of all, it will start off in the cytoplasm. Okay, then it will go to the ribosomes. Okay, so we got 2. Then it will go into the rough endoplasmic reticulum, where it will be transported to the Golgi body or Golgi apparatus, which is 3, then 1, then lastly excreted out of the cell. So answer should be 8. A fleshy section of onion bulb was taken and placed in liquid P. Okay, you can see that this is definitely plasmolized because this is the cell wall. Okay, and then this is pulled away from the cell wall, so liquid P. So we definitely know that the water has been moving out. So the water must be moving out. So this means that this has a high water potential, low water potential. So if it's low water potential, it means it's very concentrated. It's definitely not dilute. It's not oil because there will not be a water potential gradient form. It's not distilled water because distilled water will move in. So answer should be A. Okay, so according to the log and key hypothesis, which is the log, which is the key, the log will usually be the lipase, which is the enzyme, the key will be lipids. Okay, so divided young rats from the same litter into 2 groups. He fed all young rats with all these things. Rats in group Y receive an additional 3 milliliters of milk each day. After 18 days, group X was given the milk instead of group Y. So after the 18 days, group X. So where is group X? This is group X, so it will increase. Okay, so over here group Y increases already, then no milk, then milk is added here. Okay, what is the aim of the experiment is to basically to find out what effect all of these milk each day. Okay, show that milk contains lactose, which is essential for. Okay, if you want to show that it contains lactose, this I don't think this is a great way to show it, but we just put it as that first. Okay, to show that milk contains substances that are essential for growth. Yeah, I will agree. Okay, to show that milk is more important than, okay, you cannot show that. Okay, to show that protein essential for, not really lah. Okay, in fact, it's about the milk. I would say B is the best answer. Okay, the aim of the experiment to show that milk contains substances that's essential for growth of rats. Because when you add the milk, no milk, then it increases slowly. Add milk increases rapidly. Okay, so yeah. Large molecules are synthesized from small molecules. Okay, molecules. Okay, required for synthesis of glycogen, lipids and proteins. Glycogen will be glucose, lipids, fatty acids, glycerol, and amino acids. Okay. Question 6 and 7 refer to the following diagram of the alimentary canal. If the duct at R, okay, which is the pancreatic duct, maybe somewhere here, okay, becomes blocked, which of the following would be the most likely consequence? There will be decrease in protein digestion, yes. Bowel production, no. Bowel production is by S, which is the liver. Okay, and then increase blood glucose level. Maybe not. Carbohydrates will decrease. Okay, the answer should be A. As a result of a serious infection, structure S removed via surgery, lipids cannot be digested. It can be digested, but it will be slower because there will be lesser bile produced. So this is wrong. Production of bile will be affected, yes. Release of bile cannot be regulated. Regulation of release of bile is by the gallbladder. It is by the gallbladder, which is a different organ. Okay, so I think this is wrong. Fatty food substances cannot be digested. It can be digested, in fact. Okay, answer should be B. Okay, answer should be B. Okay, which shows how 2 different conditions affect the rate of photosynthesis. I'll say this can be carbon dioxide concentration. This can be temperature. I don't think light density will limit the photosynthesis such that it causes it to decrease the rate. Okay, I think B should be the better answer because temperature will denature the enzymes. I think for this one, right, you should always start off drawing by not touching 0. Okay, cannot touch 0 because even if it's at 0 degrees, it can still further synthesize. Okay, you still further synthesize. Group 1 carbon dioxide concentration. Yes, this will be the limiting carbon dioxide concentration, and then you reach here, there will be no more limiting. Okay, I think answer B will be the best answer. Okay, it's the left atrium contracting. This is the blood pressure in the left ventricle of the heart. This is a very unique diagram because we don't really see it on its own without the like ventricle and aorta and whatnot. Okay. Left ventricle. Which period is the left atrium contracting? Left atrium contracts usually is in part A. Okay, where there's little bump here. Okay, this bump right here is due to the increase in pressure in ventricle, not because the ventricle is contracting. It's because the left atrium is contracting, which causes a rise in volume of blood in entering the ventricles, causing the pressure in ventricles to increase. So this is not due to ventricles contracting. Okay, next. Okay, this question is out of your syllabus, but the answer would be 1 and 2. So the answer should be 1 and 2. Oh wait, let me take a look. No, this is not. This is dissolving. Yeah, dissociating. I think 1 and 2 will involve the enzymes. Okay, in the experiment 2, plants were placed in bright sunlight. Plant X had its leaves exposed. Where's plant X? Okay, this is plant X. While plant Y was watered with radioactive water. Okay, so the diagram shows a typical cross section. Okay. Plant X had its leaves exposed, so means that its phloem test positively for radioactivity. So its phloem would contain sucrose, which contains radioactive carbon. Okay, so where's the phloem? It'll be 3. Okay, where's the xylem? Okay, this is the pith, which is wrong. Okay, it will not contain any radioactive for now. In a short period of time, it will not contain, but in the future maybe, because carbon can be used to synthesize protein or amino acids when it's combined with nitrates the nitrogen in nitrates, so which is then used to build protoplasm, so it's possible for it to contain radioactive carbon dioxide or carbon in the future, but within this short period of time, no. It's mainly just the transports organs and parts. Plant Y water with radioactive water, so it will be found in the number 4, which is the xylem, so answer should be C. What will increase the rate of water uptake by a shoot? Covering the shoot with nuclear plastic bag. This will reduce photosynthesis, so the stomata will close, so the rate of transpiration will be down, will decrease. Okay, covering the shoot with a clear plastic bag, you will cause humidity. It will increase the humidity. Okay, which will lower the rate of photosynthesis. So I disagree with this answer. Okay, removing the leaves from the shoot, this will decrease rate of transpiration again. Okay, shining a bright light on the shoot. Okay, and this will increase rate of photosynthesis, so the stomata will be more curved. No, the gut cells will be more curved and stomata will be open. So A. Some of the effects of smoking are listed caused by nicotine. Nicotine is additive. This is tar. Okay, this is possible. This is tar. Reduces the amount. This is carbon monoxide. So answer should be 4 and 2. Answer should be C. Okay. Graph shows changes in the volume of lungs. Person at rest for over 30 seconds. Same person immediately after he has done 5 minutes of vigorous exercise. Okay, not just okay, this is definitely wrong. Volumes in lungs, you definitely have quicker breaths, faster and quicker breaths, and also deeper breaths. So it's not just quick, this is just quick, but this has to be deeper, so this is wrong. Okay, this is wrong also. This is way slower. This is just deeper breaths, but it's not quick. I want deeper and quick breaths. Answer should be C. Which role states the end products of anaerobic and aerobic respiration in muscles correctly? Muscles referring to that is in humans, not in yeast. Okay, so in humans, there will be no carbon dioxide. There will be no carbon dioxide. There will be no water. There will be no carbon dioxide. So answer should be lactic acid, and aerobic respiration will be carbon dioxide and water. Answer should be B. Okay, in this, which graphs show the concentration of glucose presented in each part of the kidney tubules? So in W, it will be the highest. Again, it cannot be the lowest. W cannot be the lowest, so this is wrong. W cannot be 0, which is wrong. Okay, in kidney tubule, okay, I would say this. Okay, just let you know, this is the proximal convoluted table which will selectively reabsorb all the glucose by active transport. Okay, so I will not expect glucose to continue decreasing, especially for this, because this part does not absorb any glucose, which is the collecting duct. It does not absorb any glucose at all. So I think answer should be B. The best answer is B. Okay, an engineer has been asked to improve the efficiency of the dialysis machine as shown. The liquid flows out into this direction and it flows in this direction, or blood flows in this direction. So it's flowing in the opposite direction. Okay, recommendations: increase the rate of efficiency at which the dialysis fluid is replaced. Can be. Okay, increase, what else is recommendations is correct. Okay, increase the length of the dialysis tubing by coiling it. Okay, can, possible. Okay, this is to maintain a steep concentration gradient. Okay, this is to maintain steep concentration gradient. While 2 is to increase the surface area to volume ratio. Okay, to increase the rate. 3 is to increase the rate which blood flows into the dialysis tubing. I would say slow it down. If you slow it down, it allows more time for the exchange of substances. I will not say increase the rate. Okay, I will not say increase the rate. Okay. Increase the thickness. Okay, this is increasing the diffusion distance, which will slow the rate of diffusion. So I think that 1, 2 is correct. I don't think 3 is correct. The rate at which. This is a head erector muscle. Okay, P. Okay, temperature rises. When temperature rises, you're trying to what? Trying to lose heat, right? So you want the hair erector muscle to be relaxed, so that the hair will come down and it will trap less air. When it traps less air, then there will be lesser heat loss through conduction, convection, and radiation. Concentration of salt. When your temperature rises, means you will sweat more. Okay, concentration of salt. What at R? At Q, R and Q. So this will come out. Come out here. So it will be temperature rises. Okay, the Q will be lower than. No, R will be lower than Q. Lower at R than at Q, because there will be more sweat. Increased sweat means loss of salt. Okay, so means Q will have a higher concentration of salt, while R will have a lower concentration of salt. So answer should be A or B. Okay, concentration of urea, it will be lower at R than Q. Remember that your sweat is also excreting urea. Okay, so if you are excreting urea more because you sweat more due to the sweat glands here, okay, Q will have lower urea concentration than R. No, Q will have more concentration of urea than R. Okay, concentration of carbon dioxide, which is R, higher at R. Yeah, answer should be B. I think the best answer would be B. Which factors are controlled by homeostasis? Concentration in blood. Okay, this is one of our TYS questions, I don't know if I'm not wrong. Water content in ileum, this is controlled by your food intake, so it's definitely wrong. So I'll use that. Temperature of the stomach, yes. And pH of the duodenum. pH, you can't control your pH. It's usually by your bile, your intestinal juices, and pancreatic juices. So answer should be C. The best answer will be C. Okay, shows the rate of sweating at different temperatures in which mammals. Okay, which has boil temperature of 38. So this is definitely not humans, because humans temperature should be 37. Okay, rate of sweating, kilograms per hour. So basically how many kilograms of sweat you lose. Okay, so as the temperature increases, sweat increases, rises to 40 degrees, which is here. This covers the mammal's internal body. Okay, your body temperature will be maintained at 30 degrees because of homeostasis. It will not increase, it will not decrease, it will not decrease. Decrease is definitely for sure, it's definitely not it. Okay, D is possible, but if an animal has homeostasis, okay, and sweating, which is a negative feedback response, D is not possible. I mean, it's possible, but it's less likely. I think C will be the best because it maintains a relatively constant internal temperature or constant internal environment. This is the nervous system. Which of the following represents the correct pathway of a reflex action? So this is definitely the sensory neuron. How do I know? Because of the cell body. The cell body is in the middle. Okay, or this will be the relay. This is our motor. Okay, so a reflex action will pass from R to U to T. Okay, it will not pass through the spine, the central nervous system. Okay, R to U to T. So it will be from the effector, or no, the receptor, R to U to T, then to the effector. The answer should be D. If neuron U is severed, okay, neuron U is severed, and the person's hand touches a cold, or it touches a hot object, which of the following will happen? U severed. There will be no reflex action, but he still can feel it. Okay, he can still feel it. The person cannot feel sensation of pain. This sensation of pain is perceived by the brain, so the brain is still intact. The central nervous system is still intact. It's only the relay neuron is not intact. Pain receptors can be stimulated because they are still there. Okay, the person is able to consciously withdraw the hand in hot object. Yes, consciously. Reflex action is not conscious. It's not subconscious, but it's rather just unconscious. Okay, consciously means you use your brain. You still can use your brain to move away, because the motor neuron is not affected. So means the spine, which is the spine, the nerve impulse can come in from here. Okay, it's just that it cannot pass U, and U is required for reflex action. The motor neuron is still able to receive nerve impulse from the pain receptors. Not really. The reflex action cannot work, so it cannot receive impulse from the pain receptors. So that should be C. A man stands 10 meters away from the sign and can see clearly. He walks towards the sign and stops 0.5 meters from it. So this is near. So just from far to near. So the ciliary muscle will contract, and then when you contract, it will become slackened, and then the lens becomes more convex. Okay. Again, okay, I don't know what's that. You just ignore it. Okay, let's just label this our rectus muscle. Okay, this is our what? This is our sclera. Dark pigmented black. What is it called? It's our choroid. And then the internal layer, which is our retina. Okay, P is actually our fovea centralis. It's located directly behind the lens. Okay, which label structure can be considered as an effector? Effector means it does not receive. Okay, it's not a receptor, so it's the one that caused the effect. N can be a effector. M can be an effector. No, wait. M cannot. M is a suspensory ligament. Okay. O can be a the effector. So N and O is the best answer. Answer should be A. M is not a muscle. M is just a ligament. Means it's a connective tissue. It's not muscle. Okay. M cannot be an effector because it cannot control. It cannot contract. Okay. The graph below shows the changes in thickness of the line when the man looked at the object which either moved toward or away from him, or remain stationary. Moving away. When you're moving away means that we're going from near to far. So the thickness of the lens will have to be turned from more convex to less convex and thinner. That's when you move away. Okay? Because the rays coming in are near parallel. What we call near parallel. While the rays coming in are more diverged if it's nearer. Okay? Near parallel. So means the thickness of the lens will have to increase. So answer should be 3, where the thickness of the lens increases. Thickness of the lens increases. No, wait. Thickness of the lens does not increase. Thickness of the lens decrease. It decreases. Okay, because it becomes less thick. Okay, it becomes less biconvex. The graph shows the effect of antidiuretic hormone on the regulation of water content in blood plasma. Okay. Effects of ADH secretion. Increased ADH secretion means water content in blood plasma. So means when your water content in blood plasma decrease, ADH secretion will increase. When the water potential go down, increase ADH, increase permeability of the cells in the walls of the collecting duct, increase water absorbed, decrease urine output. That's where your water potential goes down. So the water content of the blood have to decrease. It has to decrease, so N and P increase. Okay, so that's the stimulus, but that is not your cause. The cause of it, the effect will just be N. That's the effect. The cause of the stimulus will be N and P, but the effect is N. The effect is N. That's the effect. Means the result of it. Okay, is N. How is the concentration of glucose in the blood regulated? When the blood concentration falls, okay, these are all possible. Pancreas stimulated to produce what? Okay, when the blood glucose concentration falls, it will be produced glucagon. Insulin will not be produced. In fact, insulin secretion will decrease. Okay, when it rises, when the blood glucose concentration rises, the glucagon will not be produced. In fact, it will be insulin. Okay, so we already cancelled how many? What's it? Rise insulin. 2. So let's add it. So glucagon stimulates the liver to convert stored glycogen to glucose. That's correct. But insulin does not stimulate the liver to convert glycogen to glucose. In fact, insulin stimulates the liver and muscle cells to convert excess glucose to glycogen. Okay, so this is wrong. The blood glucose concentration will rise again. So this is the opposite or the negative feedback. The pancreas reduce secretion of glucagon. Yeah. That should be A. A person with diabetes mellitus is receiving treatment with insulin injections. The graph shows how this person's blood glucose concentration changed during part of one day. Okay, when do you inject insulin is when your blood glucose concentration rises, right? When the blood glucose concentration is dropping, when it's high, above the norm, I'll assume the dotted line is the norm, you will inject it here to bring it down. So answer should be A. How this person's blood glucose concentration changed in part. If you give insulin injection at D, the blood glucose concentration will not rise. In fact, it will drop. It will drop down. Okay. Perhaps over here they maybe give glucagon. Yeah, but answer should be A. An experiment was set up using four groups of insect pollinated flowers in a field. In each group, different parts of the flowers were removed, as shown in the table, and insects were allowed to visit all the flowers freely. Which group of flowers A, B, C, D will be most successful cross-pollinator? The keyword is cross-pollinator. Okay, these are insect pollinated. Okay, so leave it intact. Okay, they'll be most successfully cross-pollinated. So means these flowers are the one receiving the pollen grain. Okay, so the stigma has to be intact. Okay, but the anthers can be removed, can be intact. Okay, remember that these are insect pollinated flowers, so means that the petals, which are large and colorful or brightly colored, are crucial in the role to attract insects, so they should be left intact. Removed anthers doesn't matter, because the anthers are not used to attract or receive pollen grain. In fact, if you remove the anthers, there will be higher chance of cross-pollination to occur for cross-pollination to occur, because if anthers are placed there, there will be a increased likelihood of self-pollination, where the pollen grains from the anther will drop down onto the stigma due to gravity. So removing the anthers will be a sensible option to test. Okay, 30. The following data regarding two different plant species was obtained. Okay, average diameter of pollen grain 15. Okay, so this is lighter. I would say this is lighter. Maybe it's by wind. Okay, maybe it's by wind. The average mass, okay, is definitely lighter. Okay, this is by wind. This is smooth dry. This is by wind. This is by insect. So following conclusions made from the data above, X is most likely to be cross-pollinated. Okay, again, yes, it is most likely to be cross-pollinated, because wind and insect pollination are usually used for cross-pollination. Okay, Y is not self-pollinated for sure. Okay, it's more of insect. Okay, plant X is okay, but this for conclusion 1, I would say that it's a bit ambiguous, because it's a bit not sure, so just put a line across to indicate that. Okay, plant X, so those with option 2 is gone. So it's gone. Okay. Plant X is more likely to have stigmas which have large surface area than those of plant Y. Plant X stigmas, large surface area, because plant X is by wind, so you have large surface area, which is usually like feathery stigmas. So 3 is possible. 3 is possible. And plant Y is more likely to produce a large number of pollen grain per unit time to achieve the same efficiency of pollination as plant X. In fact, this is wrong. I would say this is wrong. Okay, because plant Y is less likely, is producing lesser pollen grains. Because plant Y is by insect, there's a higher chance of pollination to occur, while wind pollination is a lower chance or lower probability for pollination to occur, so it will have to produce more pollen grains per unit time. So answer would be, I would say it's around 1 and 3. Okay. A plant has 20 chromosomes in its leaf cells. Again, this is a plant, not human. In its leaf cell, okay, the plant reproduces sexually and asexually. What is the correct number of chromosomes in the gametes and in the cells used for asexual reproduction? Correct number of chromosomes in the gametes. In the gametes, it will be half. Okay, cells used for asexual reproduction, which means it be 20. Okay, basically asexual reproduction is by mitosis. Okay, mitosis. So means that there'll be 20 chromosomes to form 20 chromosomes. Okay, answer should be B. Okay, cells used for asexual reproduction, you must keyword asexual reproduction. Okay, that's very important to know. Again, yeah, so usually cells for asexual reproduction, they will not be half, or they will not be haploid, they will usually be diploid. Okay, again, this is your haploid, this is your diploid chromosome number. Okay, 20, the diagram shows part of the womb of a pregnant woman. Which of the following is correct? Progesterone is needed to maintain structure M. That is it true? I would say it's true. Okay, but let's take a look at the rest. Structure O only protects the fetus from fluctuations in temperature. Not really from mechanical shocks or shock absorber, because it is a layer of protection. Okay, so P contains gaseous water products. Gaseous water products. I think it's waste products. Okay, waste products of the fetus. Nope, it's not. This is just basically, this is the amniotic fluid. It is the urine of the fetus. Okay, artery in N transports. Artery, by the way, this will be your umbilical artery. Okay, transports glucose and amino acids to the fetus. This is wrong because it transports the waste products away from the fetus. For this question, for this part of the human body, which is the umbilical cord would transport all the waste products such as mineral salts, water, carbon dioxide, urea towards the placenta for the artery in the umbilical cord. Okay, I think A will be the best answer. Yes. Okay. Again, this is side view from the female reproductive system. Which of the labor parts do the following processes take place? Fertilization, it takes place at part 2. Okay. 3. Okay. Implantation will take place at part 1, which is our endometrium or uterine lining. Okay, just bear in mind that this lining is called the endometrium and uterine lining, or this is called the uterus. Okay. Sperm deposition will be at 4, which is the vagina, or near the cervix in this case. So this is usually the vagina. Yeah, so this is 4. Okay, no, this is B. Okay, 34, what is this? Phenylketonuria, or PKU for short, is a condition where the affected individuals are unable to produce the enzyme phenylalanine hydrolase. So in this case, the codon, if I'm not wrong, phenylalanine should be CCA, or cytosine adenine, if I'm not wrong. Okay, just extra information for codon to produce phenylalanine amino acid. Okay, if left untreated, it can lead to intellectual disability, seizures, other serious medical problems. PKU is inherited as an autosomal recessive condition. It is a recessive, so means I must have PP. Okay, let's not use P. I must have A. Small letter A, small letter A. Okay. So which of the following members carry the PKU gene? affected female, I think this should be just male. Okay, affected male. Okay, we definitely know that 7 and 11 both contain the gene, okay, recessive gene, but we know that wait, just give me a sec. I think I have to disconnect my Apple Pencil because it ran out of battery. Okay, anyways, affected female over here, yes, so 7 and 12, okay, carriers of the PKU gene. I'll tell you, 8 is definitely a carrier and 2 is definitely a carrier. I'll say A is the answer. Okay, first of all, in this case, remember that PKU is inherited, is an autosomal recessive condition, so means that this will have to be AA, while this will have to be A and A, where both parents of 7 will have to contain or possess A, the A, small letter A, or the recessive allele, in order for 7 to inherit both of the recessive allele from the parents. Okay, so I'll say 1 and 2 both contains both are heterozygous, okay, or heterozygotes. For 8, however, for this to inherit AA or small or recessive alleles, or to be homozygous recessive, 8 and 9 will both have to possess the homozygous, both A and 9 will have to be heterozygotes, or both possess the recessive allele. Okay, they are homozygotes because they must also contain the dominant allele, because they do not show the traits of PKU. Okay, so answer should be A, right? 8 and 2. Okay, let's take a look. 4 and 11. 4 and 11 definitely have the PKU gene. 4 not necessarily, or we don't know yet. 4 can be a heterozygote, so this is out because we don't know if 4 is an heterozygote. 7 definitely carries the AA gene, or the recessive gene. 12 not necessarily. 12 can be an AA or homozygous dominant, so this is wrong. So 3 and 10, 3 again can be homozygous dominant, or it can be a heterozygote. Okay, 10 again, same thing, depends on 3 and 4 or the parents. 10 depends on the parents, so answer should be A. Okay, Tay-Sachs disease, which usually causes death in young children by the age of 4, is caused by an abnormal allele of a single gene. Maybe it's a mutation. Okay, which of the following most likely reasons why this disease has persisted in the human population? Again, at the age of 4, no one's going to reproduce, so you cannot survive to reproductive age to pass the alleles to their next generation. Okay, so it's caused by a dominant allele which can be passed on more successfully. Again, if it's caused by a dominant allele, you cannot pass it on. Okay, it's caused by a recessive allele that does not display its effect carriers. It is actually possible. For example, if one person is heterozygous or heterozygote for this disease, they will not express this gene, this allele. Okay, because it's caused by a recessive allele and they are heterozygote, so the dominant allele will be expressed over the recessive allele. However, their children may possess the recessive allele, which may cause them to die by the age of 4. So B is possible. I'll say B is the answer. Okay, the disease can be inherited to another individual via fluid. Okay, first of all, it's less likely. Okay, because at the age of 4, okay, in this case, for sexual bodily fluids, it's less likely. Okay, it is less likely. Okay, the victims pass on their genes to subsequent generations. Again, you can't live to reproductive age, so this is wrong. Next, 36 is in the conversation, 2 people made 4 statements about themselves. I'm a male, female, 172. Okay. Which identify the statements that describes characteristics consistent with discontinuous variation. So is okay, is 1 discontinuous? Yes, this gender, this is 1 is discontinuous. Means there's a clear-cut phenotype. Okay, there's no intermediate phenotype. This is A continuous because the height can vary. Okay, I'm not good at math. This is definitely not discontinuous variation. And then my blood group is B. It is discontinuous variation because there's only clear-cut phenotypes and there's no intermediate phenotype. So there are only 4 phenotypes in for blood group will be A, B, O, A, B. Okay, so answer should be 1 and 4. Again, okay, which the diagram below shows part of a DNA molecule which is a nucleotide. This is not a nucleotide. This is 2 nucleotides. Okay, this is actually a what? A base. This is a base. Okay, a nitrogenous base. This in fact is a nucleotide. This is your sugar phosphate backbone. D is a sugar phosphate backbone. A polypeptide consists of 50 amino acids. Okay, so how many base would there be? One amino acid, you need 3 bases. This is 1 codon. 3 bases. Okay, so how many nucleotides are there for this? There'll be 150. Bear in mind, I'm using nucleotide and bases interchangeably. Okay, 150 nucleotides. Okay, sorry, I don't have an Apple Pencil right now. Okay, how many bases should the mRNA consist of to produce this polypeptide? I would say C. But again, this question is out of syllabus because mRNA is out of syllabus. Okay, the diagram shows cell dividing. P. Okay, P DNA replication to find this. This is what kind? This is actually your mitosis. I'll divide mito. Okay, this is actually your mitosis. The meiosis will produce haploid cells, but in this case they produce diploid cells, so it should be mitosis. Okay, types of cells produced will be diploid. Okay, diploid means the original cell, which is basically your somatic cells. Statement below describes the event. Statements describe the events during the mitotic cell cycle. Okay, let's take a look. These are our syllabus, but we can just attempt it, okay, because it's not taught in school. Chromosomes arrange themselves at the equator of the spindle. So remember, it will be at the center of the thing. Okay, chromosomes condense, and nuclear membrane is. I think 3 will be first. Okay, so it will start off A. D is wrong, so 3 will be first. 2 will be followed by 2. Then the centromeres divide. What is centromeres? Centromeres is basically, if I'm not wrong, it will be like this. Is your chromosome. Centromeres will be the center. The centromeres is the center. Okay, so you will have to arrange themselves at the equator first. Then the centromeres divide. Then you will get 1. So answer should be B. Yeah, answer should be B. Again, I'll flash the answers so that everybody can take a look because I'm not always correct. This will be the answer. Yes.